Okay, we'll call tonight's meeting to order. Roll call, please, Lisa.
Mrs. Filippa?
Here.
Ms. Burnett?
Here.
Ms. Lynch? Here. Mr. Merrick?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Prater?
Here.
Mr. Rose?
Here.
Mr. Schreck?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'd like to make note of executive session, February 15th, 2021, regarding contract negotiations and personnel. So next we'll go, are there any public comments regarding tonight's agenda? Okay, then we'll move on to student representatives to the board. And first we have Meadville Area Senior High School, Adam Duffy and Tiffany Young.
Hello again. So, as you said, I'm Adam Duffy, and so we're just going to give you some updates, starting with some sort of sports things. Swim has been doing their practices and winning meets. Boys basketball recently had their senior night. Everything seemed to go well. It seemed to honor the seniors very nicely. Girls basketball is starting and going through their season. Indoor track has been doing their practices and conditioning, hoping to advance the states, all that. And outdoor track is doing their conditioning as well, starting their conditioning. On a sort of a music side, musicians are still working well with the restrictions that we're doing, just trying our hardest to be creative, and that's very nice. Virtual festivals are going to be happening. The NAFME All East Festival starts on March 4th, and the PMEA All State Festival starts in the middle of April, I think the 17th. So all of that is going well.
Yes, and as far as clubs go, they're still meeting and trying to be as active as possible. I know Key Club is meeting and doing some virtual related service activities to boost student morale and help out others in the community. Additionally, I know that tutoring is still being offered for students in the high school who need it. I also know that the Student Credit Union and school store is officially reopened for all students' financial needs or banking concerns, as well as a place to purchase student apparel items. Additionally, clubs like Eco People are still working diligently and hopefully going to have a tree planting this spring. I know that student government as well as MASH administration is beginning to think of a cohort to bring together between teachers and faculty as well as students who can exhibit MASH's new vision statement and display excellence, kindness, compassion, respect, integrity within academic endeavors and non-academic endeavors. And lastly, I'd like to congratulate Adam Duffy, who has made it to nationals for vocal ensemble.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you,
Have a good
guys.
night.
Thank you. And next we have Cochranton Senior High School, Michelle Decker and Jaden Rodet. They're not here? Okay. Meadville Area Middle School, Iris Andrecki and Evelyn McClemens.
My name is Evelyn McClemens. I'm Iris Andrecki. We've been back to school full-time for several weeks. Students and teachers are happy to be face-to-face, although some students are still missing their sleeping in days.
Our positive behavior program is back in swing, with students being rewarded for demonstrating preparedness, respect, improvement, dedication, and empathy. Weekly pizza parties in the bistro have been resumed, and there's also a daily drawing for keeping your noses covered during class.
The Man's Martin Luther King program is meeting after school Monday through Thursday, starting at 3:30. Students work on homework and meet virtually with mentors and community members.
Boys basketball wrapped up a successful season. The 8th grade boys went undefeated, while the 7th grade graders only lost 2 games.
This year's men's wrestling team has had a successful season. The participants were Ben Fuller, Ryder Say, Jacoby Thompson, Caleb Anderson, Leah Jordan, Rafa Woodrow, and AJ Flippa. The team won all their matches except one against Cathedral Prep. They were unable to complete successful during COVID-19 protocols. Unfortunately, PJW Junior High States were canceled this year. All of these have been Area 6 qualifiers as they have been the past for Junior Bulldog Wrestling.
We're looking forward to the beginning of track and volleyball season in the spring. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
We'll move on to approval of minutes. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the minutes to the regular board meeting of January 25th, 2021, and committee of the whole meeting of February 15th, 2021, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Jeff? Second? Kevin? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to committee reports. Curriculum, Melissa, please.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves Amendment 3 to the client agreement for digital curriculum solutions with Apex Learning. And I so move.
And I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Finance, Jeff Rose, please.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of the Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following financial activities: the Treasurer's Report for January 2021, financial statements, and the payment of bills, and I so move.
And a second?
Second.
Who is that?
Kevin.
Kevin? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
And separately, the payment of bills for Girardi LP, and I so move.
And a second?
Second.
I need to abstain from this due to conflict of interest.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries with 8 yeas and 1 abstention.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of the Crawford Central School District hereby approves Schedule L budgetary transfers, and I so move.
And a second?
Second.
Melissa? Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to personnel. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves full in-person instruction for students effective February 8th, 2021, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Jeff? And a second? I'm sorry, Kevin, thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
One opposed?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-1. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the personnel schedules A, B, C, D, E, and H. And I need a motion.
So moved.
And a second?
Second, Jim.
Melissa, thank you. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. So at this point, I will turn it over to Mr. Washington.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to report that Dr. Noonan and Elisa Willie had an outstanding parent program this week where it was reading from out of this world, reading it's out of this world, and it was a really neat parent program where parents could come with their kids, and it was done virtually. And we had a person from Edinburgh who showed the kids what stars were in our own backyard. They could go out, and it was the same night that we had the landing on Mars. It was a really well done program, so I just want to say that. I also want to say that the NAACP did a wonderful job with their presentation, and that we will have to circle back as a board and have some conversation as it relates to some of the recommendations in the data that we have, that they have submitted to us. We have moved forward with doing some trainings. We have teachers who are working together at the high school who are reading books. We have some elementary people that are also working on things as it relates to curriculum as well. And we have an implicit bias training that's happening this Saturday that will be a mixture of people, teachers, administrators, central office, coming together to talk about and understand implicit bias. And that is going to be the genesis of where we start to go on doing this work, and also revealing some of that data and talk about, as we have the strategic plan coming up and having that part, and those folks also join us in that comprehensive planning, so that we take some of this information and data and also incorporate it into what we're doing as a district. So I just want to give folks that we did meet this week. Seems like it was. I know we met with the NAACP Educational Committee,
Right.
along with some of our folks from our team. I think Madam President was there as well, just to sit and go over the data again, because there was a whole lot of data. You know, and like I said to you, Dr. Anderson, I believe his name was, I haven't done that since I've done my undergrad work, you know, but just to understand the data and what was in the data and how all those things apply and how we use them. So I just want to let the board know I'll be bringing it back so that we can continue. Next month, we know we have to talk about the land bank. That will be coming. We have people coming from the Re-Authority Commission, as well as hopefully I don't know if the city's coming, but I know we have the city coming as well. So that might also be another time to also circle back and look at this data, but I don't want to put a whole lot on our plate because we have to start talking about budget as well. So we're going to have a busy month next month as we start to talk about a lot of different things. But they all go together. They all go together, right? Because if we're going to look at recommendations, we also have to look at our budget to see how we meet those recommendations. So that's all I have, Madam President. Are there any questions about what I said at all? Or you can see me afterwards.
Any public comments? Board comments?
I'm extremely pleased that we're proceeding with that, the implicit bias training and the follow through on all the recommendations. I think it's beyond time for Crawford County to move forward, and Crawford Central in particular. And I think you have the board that wants to see that happen. So I'm very happy to see that happen.
Any other board comments? Okay.
I agree with Paula. I just wanted to say thank you to the Dr. Armendia Dixon and all the people who spent a lot of time with that. I think that we have to remember this is a lot of data and it's a lot of statistics, and sometimes we get bogged down in the academic side of that or the the number side. But really, if you boil it down, this is based on a survey from our students and our constituents. So they're talking to us, and I think we need to listen.
And Rossi, you're right. We could get bogged down because that's part of having everybody get together and talk, because you can get bogged down in numbers, but we also want to know, what does that mean?
Right.
Right? Because we want to also understand what folks are saying behind those numbers as well. We know what the numbers say, but what does it really mean when we want to put solutions in place?
That's right.
Yeah.
And be it resolved, with being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 5:44. And I need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Jan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.